You may not be aware of it, but there are much better ways to learn, and on this video we are going to cover a technique that is part of your course. It reduces study time by 40%, increases marks to over 80%. These methods are called classification, which is finding order out of chaos. It goes back to Aristotle in 350 BC and far beyond. This is an innate ability in the brain, something the brain actually wants to do but must be shown how. Another innate aspect from the brain is the capacity to understand, not just deal in superficiality to repeat and copy, but to go deep into the heart of the matter and comprehend it fully. Remember to stay tuned until the end of the video to receive a free real-time homework assistance session valued at $60. We will now prove this to you. The procedure. Here we have 36 objects shown to you on the screen. You have 4 minutes to learn them using your old method. Use a stopwatch to time the 4 minutes. Then write down on a piece of paper as many as possible without looking. If you look, the experiment is futile. The new method is based on questioning and nothing more. Questioning is the most powerful force in all learning. It will be discussed extensively in later videos. Common questions begin with what, where, who, why, when, which, how, etc. You have 4 minutes by the clock to go through these with the teacher. Just follow her instructions. When she has finished, write down on a piece of paper as many objects that you can recall. You go through each object one by one, asking a simple question. Questions can be, what is the object? What is it used for? Where would you find it? Why are you not subscribed yet? As you go through the list, you will find that you can relate them because they belong to the same category. For example, knife and fork and spoon can be found in the dining room. Just put a little D for the dining room next to each one. You will then see patterns beginning to form as you classify. Then each group of related words must be given a heading. To find the heading, you ask other questions, such as, where does this belong? What is it used for? What type of object is this? You only need 3 questions. This exercise is to unlock the complete classification. You will note that we give you 7 minutes for this, because at least 4 minutes is teaching time. You actually learn it in 3 minutes. With practice, you get faster and faster. Teaching of the exercise.
There are different possible meanings of some of these words, but for simplification, I will guide you with the questions and the answers, while you do the actual learning. Write down the answers on some paper. The word golf club. What is it used for? Yes, for sport. Put an S for sport next to it. The word flower. Where do you find it? Yes, in the garden. Put a G next to it. The word basin. Where do you find it? Yes, in the bathroom. Put a B next to it. The word sofa. What is it? Yes, correct. An article of furniture. Put an F next to it. The word radio. What is it? Yes, correct. Electric equipment. Put an E next to it. The word pond. Where do you find it? Yes, correct. In the garden. Put a G next to it. Can you relate that with another word? Yes, flower. The word bush. Where do you find it? Yes, correct. In the garden. Put a G next to it. You can relate flower, pond, bush. The word heater. What is it? Yes, electric equipment. Put an E next to it. The word net. What is it? Yes, sports equipment. Put an S next to it. What are the words you can relate it with? The word knife. Where do you find it? Yes, in the dining room. Put a D for dining room next to it. The word fork. Where do you find it? Yes, in the dining room. Put a D next to it. What can you relate it with? The word table. What is it? Yes, furniture. Put an F next to it. Can you relate it? The word tennis racket. What is it used for? Yes, sport. Put an S next to it. Can you relate it? The word bat. What is it used for? Yes, sport. Put an S next to it. Can you relate it? The word tap. Where do you find it? Yes, in the bathroom. Put a B next to it. Can you relate it? The word grass. Where do you find it? Yes, in the garden. Put a G next to it. Can you relate it? The word lamp. What is it? Yes, furniture. Put an F next to it. Can you relate it? The word carpet. What is it? Yes, furniture. Put an F next to it. Can you relate it? The word hedge. Where do you find it? Yes, in the garden. Put a G next to it. Can you relate it? The word stool. Where do you find it? What is it? Yes, furniture. Put an F next to it. Can you relate it? The word ball. What is it for? Yes, sport. Put an S next to it. Can you relate it? The word electric clock. What is it? Yes, electric equipment. Put an E next to it. Can you relate it? The word tape recorder. What is it? Yes, electric equipment. Put an E next to it. Can you relate it? The word tree. Where can you find it? Yes, in the garden. Put a G next to it. Can you relate it? The word towel. Where can you find it? Yes, in the bathroom. Put a V next to it. Can you relate it? The word face cloth. Where can you find it? Yes, in the bathroom. Put a V next to it. Can you relate it? The word chair. What is it? Yes, furniture. Put an F next to it. Can you relate it? The word spoon. Where can you find it? Yes, in the dining room. Put a D next to it. Can you relate it? The word saucer. Where can you find it? Yes, in the dining room. Put a D next to it. Can you relate it? The word TV. What is it? Yes, electronic equipment. Put an E next to it. Can you relate it? The word plate. Where can you find it? Yes, in the dining room. Put a D next to it. Can you relate it? The word soap. Where can you find it? Yes, in the bathroom. Put a V next to it. Can you relate it? The word cup. Where can you find it? Yes, in the dining room. Put a D next to it. Can you relate it? The word microwave. What is it? Yes, electronic equipment. Put an E next to it. Can you relate it? The word bath mat. Where can you find it? Yes, in the bathroom. Put a B next to it. Can you relate it? The word glove. What is this for? Yes, sport. Put an S next to it. Can you relate it?
Answers for exercise 1. These objects can now be broken down into the 6 following lists: sports equipment, furniture, garden, electric equipment, dining room, bathroom. Calculate your percentage correct. Most of this exercise was teaching time, about 4 minutes out of 7. Therefore, you took about 3 minutes of actual learning using your brain. With practice, it will get faster and faster. This is a before-after sequence. What score did you get before when you were using the old method? What is the new score in marks and percentage? This gives you a dramatic demonstration of how you perform better with questioning, which is the most important aspect of learning. Throughout the ensuing videos, you will use constant questioning. Also, you will remember these words for a long time. Mark your measurement calculations. By completing all the videos with intensive practice, the marks will also be reflected in your actual studies. Proof, proof, proof. Anyone can do it. Phone, WhatsApp, or email with questions about your own studies. Also, send in any requests for homework guidance or consultations to the link below. All assistance is free. If you found this exercise interesting, we explain in detail why studying is so hard in this video, and subscribe